very much for coming on the Homemade Creative to talk to me about the new Pokemon game.
Absolutely. My pleasure, Alena.
For my readers, this is Seth McMahill, and he is with the Nintendo Pokemon team. He's going to talk to us today about the new game, which is called Pokemon Mystery Dungeon Gates to Infinity, which was released on March 24th for the Nintendo 3DS. So, can you start us off by telling us a little bit about yourself and what you do?
Yeah, well, I've been at Nintendo of America for nearly 13 years, and over 12 of those years have been spent working exclusively on Pokemon games. So I've been involved in it from the very start, and I actually was, I purchased Pokemon Blue before I even started at Nintendo, and still remember sitting outside of the game store and catching my very first Pokemon, a Pidgey that I had found, of course, in the tall grass. And so I still work at Nintendo of America. I'm the assistant manager of product marketing, but it should be like the assistant manager of everything Pokemon, because if it has to do with the Pokemon video game, it comes across my desk.
That is really cool. My husband's extremely jealous. I told him about this, and he's like, I can't believe I have to work. He's been playing Pokemon since it came out, too. So.
Awesome.
So I have a couple questions for you.
Yeah.
Since I know virtually nothing about Pokemon, my experience is solely limited to occasionally seeing him play Pokemon on the DS.
Right.
Or he did. Sorry.
It's all right.
Conversation. He did buy me my own Pokemon card deck when we first got married, which somehow we managed to never actually play together, but I did play it with my brother-in-law a couple times, and that was fun, but that's it. So I was wondering if you could kind of give me and other readers who may be completely new to the game kind of an overview of what Pokemon is.
Yeah, absolutely. So Pokemon is essentially, well, there's a whole bunch of different aspects to it. You know, there's the trading card game, as you mentioned. There's the TV show, there's movies, there's toys, but of course, there's the video game series. And that's what we're really talking about today. And in the game series, what I call the core series, you actually become a Pokemon trainer and set out in this world filled with Pokemon that you then catch, battle, and trade. However, the really unique thing about Pokemon Mystery Dungeon and Pokemon Mystery Dungeon Gates to Infinity is you actually become a Pokemon, one of 5 different Pokemon characters. There's Pikachu, Oshawott, Snivy, Tepig, and Axew. Axew is my personal favorite. And you go into a world that's inhabited only by Pokemon. So there's Pokemon that talk, there's Pokemon that run around and have their own jobs, and you get to explore these vast, randomly generated dungeons. And so there's a whole bunch of different dungeons you can go into, and they're all different every time you go into it. So you can go into the same dungeon 8 times, 10 times, 100 times. Every time you go into that dungeon, it's going to be completely different.
That is extremely cool. So there's no trainers in this game?
Nope, no Pokemon trainers. It's just a world filled with Pokemon.
That is extremely cool. I don't think my husband knows that. I'll be sure to tell him. Ow, sorry. No,
it's fine. It's fine. I've got 2 kids of my own, so I completely understand. Okay, so I know that Pokemon was originally developed for kids, but it seems like almost everybody I know who plays it is an adult. What would you say is the number one thing that makes Pokemon last so long as an interest for people? Well, I think at its core, you know, Pokemon is a game really that of all the different games, even, you know, Pokemon Mystery Dungeon Gates to Infinity, are games that are developed for everyone. And so there is something for everyone, from a child to a teenager to an adult. You make the game what you want it to be. So a child, for example, could play Pokemon Mystery Dungeon Gates to Infinity for the storyline and just kind of adventure through it and follow along with it, and not really dive too much into the strategy aspects of the dungeon crawling and leveling up all of the characters and, you know, befriending all of the Pokemon that are in the game and learning all the moves and exploring every dungeon and things like that. So there's something for everyone. I mean, there's even a new feature in the game called the Magnet Gate, or Discover the Magnet Gate, and it uses the Nintendo 3DS camera, where you actually can scan, using the AR feature, a circular object in the real world and it'll actually create another random dungeon for you to go into. And the dungeons that you'll find in the Magnagate versus the dungeons you'll find in the real game are completely different. So there's something for everybody in all of the Pokemon games, be it, you know, Gates to Infinity, or the core series, or Pokemon X and Pokemon Y, which are coming out in October. There's something for everyone to enjoy at any level.
That's neat. That actually covers a couple of my questions. I was going to ask if there was anything new coming out. So Pokemon X and Pokemon Y are coming out in October?
Yeah, that's Pokemon cool. X and Pokemon Y will be launching worldwide in October exclusively for the Nintendo 3DS. And just like Pokemon Mystery Dungeon is exclusive to the Nintendo 3DS, and I've got two of them here with me now. I've got the regular Nintendo 3DS, which I brought along because it's celebrating its 2-year birthday just a few days ago, so we have to acknowledge that, definitely, and their fantastic little system. And then we have the 3DS XL, which is my personal favorite, and that one is, you know, plays the same games, has the same functionality, but has a 90% larger screen. And as you can see, I have rather large paws, and so I need a larger system in order to hold it.
Yeah, that's
but
my problem too. It
really makes the game pop, and then the 3D features as well really just bring out those dungeons, add the depth to it. You know, some of them you're going through deep forests, other ones you're on top of these spires with clouds floating beneath you, and it just adds so much depth to the game. And it's something that even you can co-op and play with your husband.
Mm-hmm. That's cool. Yeah, I've been meaning to get into actually playing it because I know he loves it so much, and half my guy friends love it too. So, but this is neat because it seems. So would it be accurate to say that while Pokemon is a turn-based game, this new game with the Magnagate feature kind of combines turn-based gaming with I'm still working on the terminology, but I think it's like open world gaming, like games where you just run around and everything's new. So people like me who have a really, really short attention span can still be interested.
That's a fantastic question, actually. So yeah, the core of Pokemon battle system and the movement and everything like that has always been turn-based, and you know, Gates to Infinity is no different. It is still turn-based gameplay. However, you have a great point. I mean, bringing the Magnagate feature into it allows you to take your 3DS anywhere you go and jump into a dungeon right there and then just play through that dungeon. So you can spend hours delving into it, or you could just go in for a little while. And there's also a quick save option, so you can just hop out of playing anytime you need to. And also, I mean, the Nintendo 3DS system, you can just close it at any time and it'll go right into sleep mode. So yeah, you can hop in and play for just a little bit, hop out, and then yeah, it does add kind of this real world aspect to it where you can just walk around and, you know, scan your daughter's binky, you know, her pacifier, and see where that'll take you.
That is really cool. Okay. So I have a question from our games group that we do every week. A lot of the guys in it are big Pokemon fans. And yes, and when I told them about this interview, they started having their friends I don't know email me who are also Pokemon fans. So I had like 30 questions to work with here. But one of them that came up is that I understand that there are over 600 different kinds of Pokemon, which just completely blows my mind. I have no idea. And that there are approximately 200 out of those 600 that are actually available in this game. Is that right? And if so, how did you guys narrow it down?
That's absolutely true. There's over 640 different Pokemon individually. And yeah, there's approximately 200 within this title. And basically, you know, the creators of the games and the developers, Spike Chunsoft in this situation with the Mystery Dungeon series, are very attuned with the fans. And also right now we're kind of in the Pokemon Black version 2 and Pokemon White version 2 generation. So this game features a vast majority of the characters in this game are from the Black and White or Black and White 2 generation of characters, with of course some of the classics thrown in like Pikachu.
Okay, so my question about the Pokemon types is the only Pokemon that other than Pikachu and Charizard, that are kind of pop culture references at this point, the only one that I can think of that I really like and can remember the name of is the Squirtle.
Yes.
Is he in this game?
No, Squirtle unfortunately is not in this title. It's been a while since Squirtle has shown up, but yeah, he was actually the very first Pokemon I chose. So I've got to say, I bought Pokemon Blue version, which, you know, Blastoise was the character on the cover, which of course is what Squirtle will someday grow up to be. So yeah, I love Squirtle as well, and I'm really looking forward to being able to play with him again someday.
Yeah, me too. That's exciting. Well, sorry he's not in there, but, you know, I'm sure I'll find somebody in the 200 available.
Oh, absolutely. There's a large selection to pick from. So you'll have an easy time picking a Pokemon that you like to go adventuring through dungeons.
Awesome. Well, thank you very much for coming on my blog and talking to me today. And it was wonderful to meet you, Seth. And is there anything else you'd like to share with my readers before I let you go?
Well, just want to let them know, Pokémon Mystery Dungeon, it's available now. You can, of course, buy it in the stores, or you can purchase it on the Nintendo eShop and actually just download it through your Wi-Fi network. Another thing is, too, there's a free demo out there on the Nintendo eShop, which you can download, and then the save data from that demo will actually transfer over into your main game after you get it. So you don't have to start over. You can just keep progressing through the title. So, and there's just infinite dungeons, the Magna Gate feature, being a Pokemon. There's so much in this game to enjoy, and it's a great way to get into the Pokemon world or to continue that adventure as well.
Well, thank you very much for talking to me today. It was really nice to meet you, and you have a wonderful day.
You as well. Thank you so much.